Well, on this rather wet and blustery day, I'm at Cannon Hall Farm in South Yorkshire, catching up with the guys from Virgin Media O2, who are busy transforming this 126-acre site into the connected farm of the future. Over the last few years, I've come to know Cannon Hall Farm in South Yorkshire well, and the family that run it. Since it opened in 1989, the Nicholsons have created what is now widely recognised as one of the most successful open working farms in the country. If anyone appreciates the benefits of being connected in the rural landscape, it's these two. Hello, David.
Hi, Jules.
Now then, the connected farm of the future. You are the man, I am told, who is connecting Cannon Hall Farm today. How are you doing it?
So that's right, Jules. So we've put a base station at the top of the field over there, and that enables us to provide coverage for the farm and the IoT devices that we're putting out today. That's the Internet of Things.
The Internet of Things. I love it. It sounds suitably broad. And what's that in your hand?
We have an Internet of Things system, and this enables us to connect sensors to animals and gates. This is a really important part of the actual system. It connects with a SIM card, just like a phone.
So this is a real thing, the Internet of Things.
Absolutely. We've got the base station at the top, which is the smartphones and the phone calls and all the 999 calls, etc. And this to connect to the animal tracking devices and the other things that we might decide to connect to this system.
So it's quite a complicated relay of information, isn't it?
Yeah, there's quite a lot going on, and you need a combination of things to give the farm everything it needs.
But the joy of this is that clearly it's very portable, otherwise you couldn't have deployed it here today.
No, that's right. And I think what we've seen over the last few years is the miniaturization of all of this radio equipment that allows us to bring things in a portable fashion to a farm like this today and connect it. People underestimate the challenge. I mean, we've all been operating our networks now for 30 odd years. We've built 20 odd thousand base stations each. Wow. And we cover a very large proportion of the population. So Virgin Media O2 focusing on that, building 100 plus base stations to cover a lot of those Notspots is really important. But you'll still end up with small areas and small pockets where you won't have coverage and you won't have service. And that's exactly where this kind of solution comes in to help you connect those very remote areas.
And that's the joy of it, because the farm here is a busy place, as you know. It gets lots of visitors, but it also has, you know, a great responsibility for the many animals that are here. Vets need to be connected, for example, and this would ensure that they would have full coverage 24/7, 365 days a year.
That's the aim, and alongside with that, with the IoT devices to help you track those animals, to help you see gates opening and closing, and those other things that you might be interested in on the farm.
Now, you've mentioned some of the applications that we're going to explore today, gates, for example, tracking in particular. I'm really keen to understand how we are going to do that, because I've got this iPad here, which I'm told will allow me to find an animal somewhere around the farm. What little scheme have you been cooking up?
So, talking with Farmer Rob this morning, we gave him one of these devices. It's a tracker, and you can put this around the neck of an animal, and then the animal will then report back its location across the farm.
Here we go, sunshine. Hey, we're working, Dave. Look at that. Yeah, that'll keep Jules busy. Good luck. Go and hide.
This is a great idea. Yeah. So the tracker's in that little black box.
Absolutely.
And if all that fails, we've got an old school bell.
Absolutely, to help you find it.
So I'm looking for an animal wearing one of those, but in theory, with a bit of software, this iPad is going to help me do it.
Absolutely. So good luck with that.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I'll leave you to it.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Cheers, Jules. Good luck.
Well, I don't need an iPad to know it's not on a meerkat. It's not that. Ah, the pigs. Could be any number of these sows with their piglets in the farrowing house, but nope, not here. Well, it's not on a Dutch spotted, and it's not on that llama. Hello. It's not you. Well, I have scoured the farm, and I think we're getting there. Well, I don't think I could be closer. If this is right, the tracker is within just a few meters of me. I don't think it's on one of those Shetland ponies over there. I think it must be in amongst those Swiss Valley sheep over there, sheltering out of the weather. Can't say I blame them. Hello, mate. I thought I'd find you in here
Jules.
in the dry. That was really interesting. Turns out you put that collar on a Swiss Valley.
You found it.
I did, at the bottom paddock.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah, it worked a treat. I was surprised.
Well, we thought the Swiss Valley was appropriate because they're an expensive sheep.
Yeah.
They're not immune from wandering, and it just seemed like the right one to choose.
So do you think if you could have more of those, you'd use them on more of your naughtier residents?
We've got a sheep down here. We call her Barnsley. She's an independent-minded lady.
All right.
And she's very, very difficult to keep in. So I think if we got a collar on her, put her in our best field, I think we'd give her another chance outside. And if we could get that chip just a little bit smaller, it could be something we could use across the whole UK flock.
So good stuff.
Very good stuff. Very exciting, Jules.
Cup of tea?
Maybe something stronger?
Now, livestock aren't the only thing that Rob and Dave need to keep an eye on here at Cannon Hall Farm. Over the years, farm theft and rural crime has unfortunately grown in scale. There's a lot of equipment here on a farm covering over 126 acres, and the boys are keen to keep an eye on it. Open gates and barn doors are an issue that have plagued farmers for centuries. But a few simple, well-connected gate monitors could make that a thing of the past.
Hiya, Dave.
Oh, hi, Rob.
Is that another one nearly done?
Yeah, nearly done.
Right, well, they're going to be incredibly useful to stop my brother David leaving gates home, which he's very accustomed to doing. Him and Jules this very morning have let 2 rams out. They're both saying it's the other one, but something like that might have settled the argument.
Absolutely. You get an alert from this, so it'll tell you exactly the time that the gate was left open.
So my phone would get an alert to say that gate was left open at that time?
Absolutely.
Right, well that would be really, really good. And the connectivity to use that comes from the mast that you've fitted up near the Lucky Pup?
That's right. You should now have 4G coverage across the farm, and that provides us the connectivity for the IoT sensors, the Internet of Things sensors that we put across the farm as well.
Because we've got certain areas of the farm, certain fields, that have got no coverage at all. If you're a lone worker in particular, this is going to be really, really helpful.
Yeah, it is. It's a game changer. It makes a real difference, doesn't it? Allow you to film directly from the field and put it up over 4G, so that should be good.
Oh, well, thank you ever so much. You're doing things here that I never thought we'd be able to do, and I'm going to meet David and Jules now and tell them all about it, and hopefully tell David his days of wandering are over.
Excellent, Rob.
Yeah.
I'll get back on
See you
with
later,
this
Dave.
Take care.
Ta-ra.
Here he comes, look, wet and bedraggled.
Come on, boys.
I've been waiting for you.
What a day we've had.
Well, how was that then?
Very exciting. Who would have thought connectivity and technology could be such fun?
And help make life a lot safer.
Yeah.
Do you feel more reassured as to how you will run the farm in the future, seeing what's on offer now?
I think you've always got to embrace new technology and new opportunities. You know, you give yourself a better chance by working smarter, and I think that's what we're starting to do now. There's one thing I really like, Jules, and there are certain fields on our farm where David knew we could go and get a little bit of me time, you know, where he could not be contacted by phone. Well, now Big Brother is watching you and I can get hold of you.
I'm not sure about this technology.
Guys, it's been a brilliant day, hasn't it?
It's been a great day.
And I think it is giving us a vision, a taste of what the future of farming might look like, with a bit more tech thrown in.
I'll be interested to see what happens.
Well, as we have seen here today at Cannon Hall Farm, the notion of the connected farm of the future isn't just an idea, it is very quickly becoming a reality. Connectivity that's improving not just the lives, livelihoods, output and safety of our British farmers, but also, crucially, connecting our rural communities. And without community, let's face it, the countryside just wouldn't exist.